Yeah. Just have them deliver it to the store, you pay for it, and then set it outside by the back door. Yes, a large triple meat lover's pizza, deep dish, extra cheese, with avocado, broccoli, pineapple, and cheese-stuffed crust. I'll leave you the money for it, and you can just leave it there and get back to work or whatever. I'm, in the middle of something right now. Maybe we can hang out later, yeah? Cool. I'll catch up with you then. Ciao. Nothing like an unexpected existential crisis to work up an appetite. Hopefully it'll get here in 30 minutes or less, and I can drown my worries in some thick, greasy slices of... Oh, hey friend, you've come back. Where are you? Why, you're right here, with your old pal Red Leicester. Oh, and we're still out by the dumpster behind Sketchy late-night convenience store. Do you remember what happened? You were telling me about how you'd eaten some sushi you'd got in the place, and I was telling you how you were screwed, and then your gut started to sort of fold over inside your skin, and I grabbed your phone and was about to ring up the proper medical authorities, and then... well, then things started to get a little weird. So, what happened was, you kind of disappeared. Yeah, just sort of faded out of existence. You got all strange and see-through, like a cheap television special effects scene. Just kept getting fainter and fainter, and then you were gone. The strangest thing about it all was the noise I heard as you were fading. Like some weird rising and falling scream. Like being in the middle of the world's largest cicada swarm, while trying to sleep off too big a meal. And, yeah, there I was, and there you weren't. And all I had of you was fond memories and your cell phone. How long? To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to how long you were gone. I think I must have just figured that something strange had just happened. Really, amazingly, anomalously strange. And that you'd either be back presently or you wouldn't. And eventually I guess I got tired of waiting on a less than full stomach, and I made what might be called a decision, I guess. I used your phone to call my friend who works at Sketchy late-night convenience store. I didn't tell them anything. About you disappearing, I mean. That would have been weird. I mean, they know about me and the whole talking possum bit, you know. And they've told me about some of the weird stuff they've seen while working here. Did I ever tell you about that? I feel like I have. Anyway, I didn't tell them about you disappearing or anything. I just told them I was in the area and had the munchies, and would they please order a pizza for me? I'd like my pizzas to be calorie-dense, you know. A lot of extras. Especially when it comes to fats, carbs, and proteins. All the meats and fixings, with some carefully chosen additions, and I must sound like the biggest idiot right now. Just listen to me, rambling on about my preferences in pizza toppings when you, friend, this very evening before my very eyes, got all misty and see-through and just up and vanished, off to who knows where. It must have been quite the traumatic experience, I'd imagine. And you know what? I'll bet it all came about from you eating that sketchy lot of sushi from this place. If I've said it once, I've said it a score of times. Never eat sushi from any kind of a convenience store. It's against nature, and no good can come of it. I don't seem surprised? Well, I mean, I've seen a thing or two in my time, let me tell you. But never have I ever just had the person I was talking to up and vanish like that. Still, it didn't seem all that weird once the thing had happened. Let me gather my wits a bit more firmly about myself. I think I was deeply concerned by the fact that you'd eaten that sketchtastic sushi in the first place. And then even more deeply concerned when you started having gut cramps and just about fell on your face. Then when I started trying to get hold of an ambulance, or a horse doctor, or anybody, that's when you started fading, and then I just sort of calmed down. I guess I figured that if something that strange was happening, it was the sort of thing you'd either come back from or not, and there was no sense in yours truly getting all worked up and worried about it. So I just sat down and waited for you to come back. Or not, as the case might be. And I waited, and waited. Eventually I got hungry and decided to order a pizza. So, what did happen, friend? Where'd you go? Not sure then. But you did go someplace, right? You weren't just, I don't know, not here, but someplace else, yeah? Well, wherever you went, it looks like the trip has done you some good. Yeah, you look far less like you're about to shovel off this mortal coil at the hand of some anomalous sushi. You want to talk about it? Well, where'd you go to then? Oh, I get it. Because your vision was going at that point. But you did make out at least the basic details, yeah? Some sort of potion shop, something like that? It sounds like something you'd find in a video game. And then what happened? You met the owner and they fixed you up? Mixed you up a whole batch of medicines, did they? That explains the smell. Oh no, it's not you. Well, I mean, it is. I can kinda still smell some of whatever they poured into you. It sorta lingers, you know. Whatever it was, it must have been one heck of a sure cure. It smells horrible. The best medicines always do. And the taste, I can only imagine. What did they look like? This person who helped you. So what, like a mummy? All wrapped up and whatnot? That's really weird. So, a bit like a mummy, but tall and rangy and... yeah, that's weird. Well, friend, I can definitely say that this has been the strangest thing I've encountered since... well, there's that weird sleep paralysis demon-looking thing I told you about. Yep, definitely a strange day. I imagine you feel the same. Speaking of feeling, how are you feeling now? Much better, is it? Glad to hear it. Are you hungry? Well, I know a way to find out. Let's you and me just hang out here for a while, and we can both try to further digest this really, really weird evening. And then, when the pizza gets here, we can work on digesting that. Right. So what else do you remember from your absence? Tell me whatever you can. So we sat there, my friend and I, just sat on the cold, damp stone of the parking lot behind a sketchy late-night convenience store. We sat, and they talked, and I listened, and I thought about what had happened and what they told me. And I wondered what sort of a place they had been to, what other realms of existence they had chanced to explore, and I wondered, too, if that pizza delivery driver might not have gotten lost in the fog with our pizza. What? Oh, heck, am I doing that again? Sorry, friend. Like I've said before, it comes and goes. Right. So what happened after that?